Hi guys. Hey, if you're familiar with my channel, you've seen that I've done a review of the Fanttik bike pumps. So they sent me out the X10 ACE Mini and the X10 ACE Tiny, and I did a head-to-head comparison with them. So just a little feedback on that. I've had them in use now out on the trail. I throw one in my pocket every ride I go on, and they perform. They're great little pumps. Just this week, a buddy of mine replaced the tire, and we think he forgot to put stands in because we got out ways on the trail and his tire went flat. We ended up being able to pump his tire up twice, got us back to the truck, and we still had some battery left on the pump. So great little pumps. I'm super happy with them. So recently, Fanttik reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in reviewing another pump, the X11 ACE. So I jumped at the chance. I'm kind of excited to see how this pump performs compared to those. It's a little bit bigger pump. It goes up to 150 psi, and it's supposed to inflate faster, have a longer battery life for more inflations. I'm excited to see how it performs. But as with those other two pumps, I'm not asking you to take my word for it. I'm going to show you the tests that I do, and you can decide for yourself whether this is the right pump for you. I will inflate fat bike tire, road bike tire, mountain bike tires, see how many times we can pump them up. You know, and before we deplete the battery, put them through its paces. I'll weigh it out, show you what it weighs, show you size-wise how big it is compared to these other two pumps that I already tested, and then you can decide for yourself. I'll give you my opinion, but my opinion is biased, of course, because they gave me this pump. So I'm going to do the testing, and you can see for yourself, and then you can form your own opinion. Anyway, excited to check this out. I will open it up, unbox it, show you what's in it, and then we'll charge it up and we'll put it through its paces. Let's go. There's your charge cable, and then a little inflator head. And here's the pump, and a little instruction guide, user manual. So that's what it comes with. Let's open this up. Like this just screws into there. So that's the contents. Let's talk about this chuck. So this chuck is set up so that you can use it either with a Schrader valve or with a Presta valve. And it comes from the factory set to use a Presta valve, to engage with a Presta valve. To swap it, you undo the cap, and then there's this gasket. Push the lever back and it helps get the gasket out. Then there's also this, what they call a pillar. The pillar has two sides to it. When you are going to be using the Schrader valve, then you use the larger diameter gasket, side of the gasket, and this pillar is sticking up. And so it goes together like that. And then you put that in there and tighten the cap back down. Now that's set up for a Schrader valve. Now to go back to Presta, undo your cap, push the lever to get that started out of there. Swap this around. So you have this end facing up of the pillar, and then that goes inside of the gasket. That small side is facing out. Put that back together into your chuck like so. Get your cap back on, and you're ready to go for a Presta valve. Okay, in this section, we're going to see how many inflations we can get on a 29 by 2.40 mountain bike tire before the battery dies or the pump overheats. Hi guys, let's give you the verdict. Let's talk about this little pump. I put it through its paces, tested it out, inflating my mountain bike tire, my road bike tire, my fat bike tires, and seen how many inflations I could get out of a single charge. Just checked out the construction of the pump. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed. It's a small little package, but it packs big punch. So the design is pretty slick with this rotatable hose, this little air chuck head on the end, and this is well put together. I mean, this is a solid little air chuck. It's not plasticky at all. It's very solid, robust. You can change it from a Presta valve to a Schrader valve pretty quick. I show you that in the video. But this is just a great design. In fact, apparently, what I understand is Fanttik won the 2026 IF Design Award for this, which I got to say, it's a great design. Compact. It's no bigger than my CO2 pouch was. I can throw this in my back pocket if I want. I can throw it into my bike pouch, throw it into the backpack. Secretly, my plan is to keep this in the truck for inflating at the trailhead, but have no problem throwing it into my pouch or into my in my back pocket on my jersey. But when I already have the Tiny and the Mini, I kind of already throw those in there. So this is a great little pump, really solid. One thing I wanted to mention, so when you saw the inflation times, I was a little surprised. This took longer to pump my fat bike tire up than the Tiny and the Mini. And I did it again because I'm like, something has to be wrong. I didn't have the air chuck on right or something. So I tested it again. And sure enough, same time. What I noticed was that on those lower volume tires, like my road tire and my fat bike tire, my road tire and my mountain bike tire, the pump goes into, it gets like 3, 4, 5 PSI, and all of a sudden it kicks up into like a turbo flow where you can hear the pump, start to go into high gear, start pump a lot faster. And you see the pressure rise rapidly. It never went into that high gear on my fat bike tire. It just kept chugging along just like a diesel, just pumping the tire up. But it never did go into that high mode, and it took a bit longer. Whereas, you look at the times for pumping up my road bike tire and pumping up my mountain bike tire, this pumped it up a lot quicker. So that was a little bit of a surprise to me, but it must have something to do with internal programming to where it's looking for a certain feedback pressure from the tire for it to kick up into that turbo mode. But, nonetheless, I mean, still pumped up that fat bike tire relatively quickly, a couple minutes to get that pumped up. Just really impressed with the pump. Never got hot. Even pumping the tires up, that mountain bike tire up 7 times. And by the way, I got to 20 PSI towards the 8th inflation before it actually kicked out. So almost 8 times pumping that tire up with this little package. I was impressed. That was pretty impressive. So great pump. I recommend it. You can see the results of the test and decide for yourself. If you have any questions after reviewing this video that I didn't answer, reach out to me in the comments section. Happy to answer anything I didn't hit on in the video. If you have any additional testing you'd like me to do or something I may have missed, just let me know. I'll try and get that information for you. If the information that I've shared with you has been useful and helpful, really appreciate a like, share the video, punch subscribe and subscribe to my channel. That helps me out a lot. So it's fun testing this stuff, and I'm looking forward to hanging on to this and throwing it in my gear bag, and I'll have it for use there. I'm planning on putting this in the truck and using it in the trailhead. so I can make sure my tires are inflated correct before I head out on the trail. But great pump, buy, highly recommend it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. In the comment section, I'll provide a discount code. It will have an expiration date on it. If you act quickly, you can jump on and get that discount on the pump. Once that date expires, I apologize, but you'll have to pay the normal price on it. I'm not receiving any kickback on this. The only thing I got was this pump, so I don't get anything out of you buying the pump. If you can get a discount, great, but I would recommend getting the pump if you're questioning it. Okay? Thanks.